Hello friends, welcome to lecture number 7 of alternating current. In the previous lectures, what we discussed about transformer. But in today's lecture, I am going to discuss about power. Power in AC circuit. Power we'll discuss today. So let's come to discuss power. Is the question coming to your mind that we have already read it? So you are thinking, sir, we have already read the power. What power today will teach? Where you have read this power? In current, electricity. Okay, your answer is, you are thinking that in current electricity we have read the power. What was the formula? Yes, you are thinking the answer. You are thinking this answer. P is equal to VI, means power is equal to voltage into current. Is this the formula? Yes, you are thinking this formula. Then what extra power we'll discuss in this chapter? That means you have already read the power in current electricity. You are thinking like this. So now let's see why again power is coming in this current electricity. Suppose simple resistor is connected to an AC source. This is the AC source symbol. This is the resistor. You know EMF equation, E equal to E naught sin omega t. Then I is equal to I naught sin omega t. EMF equation, then current equation in pure resistive circuit. Time diagram, let's draw. You have remembered these things. In this axis E and I are taken, and this is the EMF line, and this is the current line. This is the current graph, this is the EMF graph. Now my question to you, in this circuit, what is the power? What is the electric power here in this circuit? Now my question is this. So you are now thinking, sir, power is equal to voltage into current. You apply here this formula. Yes, I'll apply. But my question to you is, what voltage I'll take here? What current I'll take? Because every time voltage changes. Every time current change. What voltage I'll take? What current I'll take? Is there an answer? Can you get any answer here? Any answer is coming to your mind? What voltage I'll take? What current I'll take? Because every time you see, current is changing at every instant. Voltage is changing at every instant. So, which one I'll take here to put? This formula is only applicable for DC. For direct current where both voltage and current are same. But in AC circuit, we cannot use this formula of power. Because here, every time voltage and current are changing. Every time voltage and current are changing. This is the situation of pure resistive circuit. But you have seen in pure inductive circuit, sometimes when the voltage is in peak value, maximum, current is 0. This happens. Which value of voltage and current you will take? You will be confused. Now, did you feel the necessity of today's lecture? Why I wrote power in AC circuit we will discuss today? Because your old formula or what formula you already know, this is only applicable for DC circuit where voltage and current both have fixed value. You just put it there, get the power, write the unit watt, kilowatt, like this, megawatt. But here You are facing problem that which voltage will take, which current will take. That's the problem. So how will find the power? Then what will do? We have to find the power in every instant. At this instant, this is the current value. At this instant, this is the voltage value. Again at this instant, this is the current value, this is the voltage value. At every instant, voltage and current value are changing. So you have to find the power at every instant. After getting the power, then you have to find what? Average power. Then you have to find average power. So that means in AC circuit, it will be better if we use the word average power. Average power here. We will find the power at any instant, means instantaneous power at any instant, because it varies at every instant. Then we will take its average, and then it is called as average power. Now you understood? In AC circuit, no power, that is average power. We will find average power in AC circuit. Okay, then what's the definition we'll write for power in AC circuit? Power is nothing but amount of work done. Amount of work done to maintain or to send one cycle of AC, one cycle of AC alternating current in a circuit is called as average power. Amount of work done per unit time also you can say. Amount of work done per unit time to maintain AC in a circuit is called as average power. So now we will find the average power. In a full cycle, we will find the average power. But this expression I wrote only for pure resistive circuit. But we will find the average power. For general circuit, we will find the average power. In general means I will find average power for LCR circuit. Then I will use the special case to move to resistor, capacitor and inductive circuit. Let's come to LCR circuit. In LCR circuit, the expression of EMF E equal to E naught sin omega t. I is equal to I naught sin omega t plus phi. Let's take it plus phi because we don't know what is the value of phi. Phi depends on the value of R, L and C. But as I am doing general case, just I am taking plus phi. If phi will come minus, it's okay, no problem. You just take it as plus phi. So this is the let. I have just taken it let. Alternating EMF is given by this and alternating current is given by this. Then what process I told you to find average power? We'll write the expression of instantaneous power. Then we'll go to its average. So this is the whole process, whole derivation is this. So first, instantaneous power. Instantaneous power means power at any instant. So E into I is E naught sin omega t is I naught sin omega t plus phi. So now it's coming E naught I naught. Let's do one thing. Divide 1 2 and multiply 1 2 and keep it like this. Keep it like this. Question is coming to your mind, sir, why you are doing like this? Why you multiply 1 2 1? Why you divide 1 2 like this? Because I am going to use one trigonometric relation here. You already know the formula. One trigonometric formula I am going to use. Which formula? Can you able to think now which formula I am going to use? 2 sin A into sin B. This is A. This one will take it as A and this one will take it as B. 2 sine A sine B. This formula I will use. What's the formula? Have you remembered it? Okay, I am writing the formula. So 2 sine A into sine B is equal to, it's cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Those who don't have mathematics optional, you have to mug up this one. Okay, you remember this formula. This formula I am going to use here. 2 sine A sine B is equal to cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Hope I am correct. Okay, so E naught I naught by 2. Then here use this formula. Now cos A minus B, cos A minus B. How much coming? Omega t plus phi minus omega t. So it's coming only cos phi. Then minus cos A plus B. A plus B. How much it is coming? 2 omega t plus phi. So this is the instantaneous power now. Expression. But what I need? I need average power. Okay, I need average power because all this voltage and current are changing. So let's find average power. So average power is equal to, I'll add all instantaneous powers, then divide by number of times I have taken the observation. So P instantaneous, it's average. This is a symbol of average in physics. Okay, so now you take its average. E naught I naught by 2, it's constant, its average is not equal. Cos phi average, cos phi its average minus its average cos 2 omega t plus phi, 2 omega t plus phi, then its average. Okay, so now what happens here? So average of a cos 2 omega t plus phi is 0. It has positive cycle, negative cycle. So its average is 0 because it's a function which varies with time. Okay, it varies with time. So its average will be 0 in a full cycle. Its average is 0, that directly you can write the average of cos 2 omega t plus phi is equal to 0. But this cos phi, it's a constant. Cos phi is a constant. Now phi is a constant, must be in the circuit. So now this is E naught I naught by 2 cos phi. So this is the average power formula in AC circuit, in LCR circuit. The formula of average power in LCR circuit. But now this derivation what I did, it's a simple method. In shortcut way we did the derivation as it is in your NCERT book. But it has also another method of a derivation. Another method of a derivation it has by integration method. But that integration method is also correct, you can do. But that's little lengthy. I think it's better for you to do this type of a derivation. Then let's now change this formula a little more. E naught root 2 I naught root 2 cos phi P average. E naught by root 2. I just divide the 2 into root 2 because the question is coming to your mind, say why you are doing like this. Now you have the answer. E naught by root 2 is what? E RMS. I naught by root 2 is what? I RMS cos phi. So average power is equal to E RMS I RMS cos phi. This is also the formula of average power. This is also the formula of average power. So you can remember this one or this one, no problem. But one cos phi is coming here. Average power, okay, RMS, IRMS, but one cos pi is coming here. Cos pi has more importance because that decides the power in the circuit. Do you know what's its name? Its name accordingly we have given cos phi as power factor. This cos pi is called power factor that decides what will be the average power in AC circuit. Now let's discuss about this power factor more. How we get the value of power factor? Have you remembered the impedance triangle I had told in which lecture? In lecture number 4, impedance triangle, or lecture number 3. Lecture number 3 I had told you. In LCR circuit, phasor solution. Okay, so our impedance triangle, the triangle was like this. I'm again reminding you, the triangle was like this. Okay, this was the triangle A, B, C. Triangle was like this. So what was this? This was VR, and this was net EMF E, and this was VL minus VC. Just recall. If you forget, you again see that impedance triangle in lecture number 3 of alternating current. Okay, so VR, VL minus VC, this is E. And this angle was which angle? Phi. This angle was phi. So from this impedance triangle, we will find the power factor expression. How will find the power factor expression? Now you have the answer. Cos phi is how much here? Cos phi. Cos phi is VR divided by E. VR by E. So what is VR? IR. What is E? IZ. I cancel. This is R by Z. So this is cos phi. Now you got the formula for cos phi. Then what is the formula for cos phi? What's the definition of power factor? Power factor is defined as the ratio of resistance to impedance. Got it? Power factor is defined as the ratio of resistance to impedance. So this is the power factor. This power factor decides what will be the average power in AC circuit. So depending on this phase difference, depending on this power factor, now we'll discuss the special cases. We'll go to the special cases, what happens in different circuits. Let's first come to pure resistive circuit. Pure resistive, only resistor is connected. What is the value of phase difference? You have remembered what is the value of phase difference? It is 0. If phase difference is 0, then what is the average power? E RMS, I RMS cos 0. So simply E RMS and I RMS. So this is the average power expression in pure resistive circuit. So that means this formula is just like your DC formula. Power is equal to voltage into current. That's right. Just like the DC formula. But which voltage and which current will take? That was the question in your mind from the starting of this lecture. Now you got the answer. Which value of voltage and which value of current will take? E RMS, I RMS. E RMS into I RMS in pure resistive circuit. So now let's come to the next case. Pure inductive or capacitive, or both I want to discuss. Why? Because phase difference between current and voltage is pi by 2 if capacitive, plus pi by 2 if inductive, minus pi by 2, but it's pi by 2, so phase difference is pi by 2. Have you remembered this? This knowledge is most required here. So average power is how much? E RMS, I RMS cos pi by 2, which is 0. So average power now becomes 0 in pure resistive and pure inductive pure inductive and pure capacitive circuit. In pure inductive and pure capacitive circuit, average power is 0. That means no work is done. That means no energy expense. No work is required to maintain current. No energy expense there. Yes. So the current which passes through pure inductive or pure capacitive circuit consumes no power. No power is required to maintain current in pure inductive and pure capacitive circuit. So that current is called as wattless current. Idle current, not ideal, idle means lazy because not doing work. So idle current or powerless current. In exam definition will come. In exam the question will come. What is wattless current? Wattless current. What answer will write? Define wattless current. One more question. The current or no power is required. You can write like this. No power is required to maintain current in pure inductive and capacitive circuit. So the current passes is called as, or current passes through inductor or capacitor is called as wattless current or idle current. They consume no power. They store energy in the form of electric energy, potential energy, capacitor, in the form of magnetic potential energy, and later again they give that energy to the circuit. So they consume no power. Suppose in your house you will connect one or two more resistors, then you will face the problem of electric bill. Resistor means you will connect electric bulbs, you will connect your tube light bar, that's resistor. If you connect to an heater, if you connect to an iron, if you connect to an resistor, you have to pay electric bill. But if you connect to an inductor, if you connect to an capacitor, then no electric bill is required to pay for them. No electric bill is required to pay for them. So they are good devices. They will not create problem for you. For where you are connecting these devices, inductor, capacitor, where you are connecting? Have you seen these devices? You just look around in the room. Is there any stabilizer? Stabilizer, the coils are there, only coils are there, transformer I had told in the previous lecture. So there also, no consumption of power. Input power is equal to output power, but in ideal case, I am telling, no consumption of power. Inductors are there. Coils means they are inductors. Is there a tube light in your room? The tube light is resistor. But is there any choke coil in the tube light circuit? You see, you must have heard this name choke. The choke is one inductor. Choke is the inductor. Its inductive coil is called a choke. That consumes no power. But your tube light bar, that consumes power because that resistor. So capacitor, have you seen the capacitor connected in your fan? You just look off. You can't able to see the capacitor, but it may be covered by your fan design. Okay. But if you just open it, you will see one capacitor is there. In AC outdoor unit, you will see also one big capacitor is connected in the AC outdoor unit. So they consume no power. Then who consume power? Only resistor consume power. only resistor. So the current passes through inductor and capacitor, they consume no power. The current consume no power, so the current is called as wattless current. Wattless current. So this is the expression of power in pure resistive circuit. I told you URMS, IRMS, no cos pi is coming there. But in pure inductive and capacitive, there is no power at all. But in LCR circuit, I told you in LCR circuit where the phase difference is not 90 degree, maybe 45 degree, maybe 30 degree, maybe 20 degree, then there you have to use this formula ERMS, IRMS, cos phi, where the phase difference is neither 0 nor pi by 2. Then you have to use this formula. Then in that case, there is some phase difference between current and voltage. Now let's see. Suppose this is the EMF. Suppose this is the current. This is the EMF, this is the current in phasor diagram, and this is the phi. Suppose I am telling to you, okay, this is the EMF line, this is the current line, and this is the phase difference, phi. This current I can divide in two components. In this chapter, you know, we are treating voltage, current, resistance all as vectors. We are treating them as vectors, but they are not actually vectors. Okay, now let's divide the current into two rectangular parts. One through this line, I cos phi. One perpendicular to this, I sin phi. Now let's see. The current which passes through the LCR circuit, the whole current is not consuming power. The whole current is not consuming power. A part of a current only consuming power. So which current consume power? I cos phi, which is a long EMF. Who never consume power? I sin phi, which is perpendicular to EMF. Because just before I told you, if EMF and current are perpendicular to each other, then power consumption is equal to 0. What I told? In pure inductive and pure capacitive circuit. In pure inductive, pure capacitive circuit, EMF and current are 90 degree. Where EMF and current are perpendicular to each other, then power consumption is equal to 0. So here you see, this is the EMF, this is the current component. Current component and EMF are perpendicular to each other. When they are perpendicular to each other, means this current consume no power. So this is called also wattless current. But as it is a part of the current passing in the circuit, so another name we are writing for this, wattless component. Wattless component of a current. If in exam the question will come, define wattless component. What will write? Not wattless current, define wattless component. The component of a current which has a phase difference of 90 degree with EMF. The component of a current which has a phase difference of 90 degree with the EMF is called as wattless component. The whole current is not consuming power, only a part of it is consuming power. So this is the expression of average power in LCR circuit. But one question to you after discussing this much. One question to you. First question, I am telling to you, can instantaneous power be negative? Can instantaneous power be negative? This is the question. So answer you think. Can instantaneous power be negative? Can average power be negative? Another question. Can average power be negative? So answers you will think. Then So we'll go to draw power graph in different circuits. So now we draw power graph in different circuits. First, let's come to pure resistive circuit. Pure resistive circuit means only resistor is connected, that you already know. So EMF E equal to E naught sin omega t, and I is equal to I naught sin omega t. So instantaneous power graph means power versus omega t will draw. Power means instantaneous power. Okay, at every instant power is changing. So the curiosity is coming now to draw power graph. As we draw EMF graph, as we draw current graph, also we draw power graph, because power is also changing here from every instant to instant. So P instantaneous is EI. So E naught I naught sin square omega t. To draw this graph, we have to make a table. So let's make one table here, taking the different values of omega t and instantaneous power. So 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. So first 0 is 0, sin 0, 0. Pi by 2, it's 1, 1 square is 1, so E naught I naught. Next 0, 0, E naught I naught. Then pi is 0, it's right, sin pi 0. 3 pi by 2, so it's a minus 1, but square is there. As the square is there, it will be plus. So E naught I naught. Then 2 pi again 0. 2 pi then 0. So we got the table. Now let's draw the graph. But in this graph, interest will come when we'll draw EMF, current and power. All three will draw on the same graph. Then we'll see the magic here. Let's draw EMF. Already we know that. It's not any difficult task for us. Okay, this is pi by 2, this is pi, this is 3 pi by 2, this is 2 pi. This is EMF line. Okay, now let's draw current. Current is this, little below EMF. Sorry, you are told to take little below EMF. Okay, we are also taking little below EMF. Okay, then power. Now let's see. Let's put the points for power. 0, 0, right? Pi by 2, E naught I naught. E naught I naught means product of both. E naught I naught. So if product of both, it will be product of both means it will go off. This is E naught, this is I naught. It's product. It will go up. Then again 0. Yes, 0, right? Then again E naught I naught. Again at 3 pi by 2, it's E naught I naught. Okay, but in positive, because this is positive also, this is positive. Again 2 pi, it's 0, right? Now let's draw the graph. Graph is becoming like this, is again becoming like this. Both will be of same height, because both E naught same height. Okay, you just manage it if any one is more. Okay, so both will be of same height. This red color is the power line. This is the power graph, power line. But this blue color is the EMF line. And the black color is the current line. Now see, this is the power graph in pure resistive circuits. Nowadays, this questions always comes in exam. So these are very important questions to draw the power graphs for different circuits. Did you get answer of your question? What I had asked just before? Can instantaneous power be negative? Look to the graph. Can instantaneous power be negative? No sir, it is not negative. So the answer is yes or no. So instantaneous power cannot be negative. Average power cannot be negative, because that's average power. So instantaneous power cannot be negative. The answer is now coming to your mind. Let's go further. Let's see. whether your answer will change or not. Now let's come to the next paragraph. Which paragraph now I'll draw? Pure capacitive circuit. Now let's draw pure capacitive circuit. Pure capacitive circuit. E naught is equal to E naught sin omega t. I is equal to I naught sin omega t. Leads or lags? Plus pi by 2 or minus pi by 2? Okay, you are thinking the answer plus pi by 2 because current leads. So P instantaneous is equal to E into I. So it is E naught. Okay, it's sin pi by 2 plus omega t. Then what is this? I naught cos omega t. So E naught I naught sin omega t into cos omega t. So E naught I naught by 2 do. Here make it sin 2 omega t. What I did? Or let's write here. I divide 1 2, I multiply 1 2. Sin omega t cos omega t. So we are getting E naught I naught by 2 sin 2 omega t. Now we'll draw the graph, but before that we have to make the table to draw the graph. Let's make the table. Let's make the table here. We'll make the table omega t and power. Omega t and power. 0. Omega t 0 means sin 0. Power 0. Omega t pi by 4, let's take here, means 45 degree. Why pi by 4? Because if you take a pi by 4, it will be 45 degree, it will be 90. 2 into omega t. So it will be 2 into pi by 4 means pi by 2. So 2 into pi by 4 is pi by 2 or 90 degree. So sin 90 degree is 1. So it's E naught I naught by 2. Let's then take pi by 2. After that pi by 2 comes pi by 2. If you take pi by 2, then it becomes 2 into pi by 2, it becomes pi. Sin pi is 0. So it's 0. Then take 3 pi by 4. 3 pi by 4. The next angle after pi by 2, take 3 pi by 4. Then what we get here? 135 degree I am telling you. So 3 pi by 4 if we take, it will be 3 pi by 2 sin 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 4 I will take here, sin 3 pi by 2. Sin 3 pi by 2 is how much? Minus 1, so this will be minus E naught I naught by 2. Then take, now comes pi. After 135, 180 degree now comes here. You take pi. If you take pi here, it will be sin 2 pi. Sin 2 pi is, that's it. Up to pi we will do. Okay, we can also proceed further, but let's draw up to only pi. And now we'll draw the graph. Now see what interesting graph is coming here. And I have told that interest will come if you draw E, I, P all on the same graph. Voltage, current, power. And you have to mark the point here pi by 4. So pi by 4, then pi by 4, 0, pi by 4, then pi by 2, then 3 pi by 4, then pi, then pi. After pi, again you can proceed to 2 pi, but I am doing now this much here. You see what happens in this graph. Or if you want to proceed more, then we have to decrease this length now. Let's see, let's decrease this length. We'll draw it more. So this is pi by 4, make it pi by 4. This is pi by 2, 3 pi by 4, then pi. After pi, then the values come again 1 plus 45. Again we will go to 3 pi by 2 here, again plus 45, then we will go to 2 pi. So now we will draw EMF. Try to understand because this is a most important question I am going to do, pure capacitive circuit. So here let's draw EMF line that passes through pi. Here are pi by 2 is maximum. So carefully we have to draw the graph, mark the points also carefully. 3 pi by 2 is here maximum in negative. This is EMF line. Because in between now many points are coming in this axis. So then current leads. Current leads means at 0 current will have some value. Current starts from here, and we know current passes through this pi by 2, then will 3 pi by 2. So current will pass through pi by 2, then 3 pi by 2. So now carefully you have to draw pi by 2. Then at pi current will be maximum. At pi current will be maximum. Again 3 pi by 2. Then 2 pi current will be again maximum. So this is the current graph. Now we'll draw the power graph, which is the important one. See, 0, 0. Put the points. Pi by 4 it is maximum. At pi by 4 the power is maximum. Maximum at pi 4. E not I not by 2. Then at pi by 2 it's a 0. Here power is 0. Here power is maximum. 3 pi by 2, 3 pi by 4, it's a maximum but in negative. Maximum but negative. Again here 0. Then the graph first. Now see what happens to the power graph here. So here maximum comes 0. Maximum negative comes 0. Again maximum will be here. Again 0. Again maximum will be here. Now let's proceed the graph and see 0. So here 0. Here maximum. Again 0. What to mark? Now the graph is becoming complicated. So this is the power graph, and this one is the current graph, and the blue color is the voltage graph. What you mark here? What important thing you mark here? The graph is looking complicated. In one wavelength of EMF wavelength and current wavelength both are same. In one wavelength of EMF, okay, so you see in one cycle of EMF, I can say cycle, it's better. In one cycle of EMF or one cycle of a current, power has 2 cycles. Can you mark it? In one cycle of EMF, power has 2 cycles. But in exam, what questions will come? Now, this is the big question coming to your mind. Sir, in exam, how this question will come? You taught us, we understood this is right, we also draw the graph. 2016 CBSE sample paper question. CBSE sample paper question 2016 this question came. But it was not new in the sample paper. It is one exemplar question in alternating current chapter. If you open your exemplar book, you will see the first question in short answer, this one. You can go through the question in the book, or you can see the sample paper question of 2016. The graph is given and question is asked here. For which circuit, for which device this graph is drawn? For which device this is drawn? So now you are thinking, sir, it's very simple. For capacitor it is drawn. Okay, if the answer is coming immediately to your mind, for capacitor it is drawn, means it's very good. But why this answer immediately is coming to your mind? Because you understood everything. But for first time if you see this graph, then you can't able to answer. You have to think that for what this is drawn, what is this power graph? But some students are facing the problem. So if the power is going like this, then coming, then this is the for pure capacitive circuit. Then the question comes, which line is the power graph? This is not given in the question. Which line represents the power graph? How will know? You will see that which in a complete cycle of one graph, which graph has two cycles, or which frequency is more. Frequency is more, it's a cycle. You see 2 omega. EMF frequency is omega, but its frequency is 2 omega, twice of omega. Two cycles are there. In one cycle of EMF, 2 cycles are there. Of which graph? That graph is the power graph. It's very simple to know. Okay? And current graph you can able to know, because leads, lags you will see. Then you can tell the current line. So this is about pure capacitive circuit, which come in 2016 CBSE sample paper, and this question nowadays is coming in the exams. Hope you can able to do it properly. Now we'll come to pure. Which circuit this is? Inductive circuit. Pure inductive circuit. As capacitive circuit we have now done, pure inductive is also very easy. So this is omega t minus pi by 2, because it's inductor, current, lags. So this is, if I take one minus sign to outside, then this will be minus, and this will be pi by 2 minus omega t cos omega t. So minus I naught cos omega t. So what is the instantaneous power? E naught, I naught, same thing, sin omega t and minus cos omega t. Take the minus sign to outside. E naught, I naught by 2, 2 sin omega t cos omega t. So then it become minus E naught, I naught by 2 sin 2 omega t. Same expression, but only one with what? Minus sign. Only one minus sign is there, but same expression. We'll make the table. Omega t power, so 0, 0, pi by 4. This becomes pi by 2, so it's a 1. Then, but minus is there, so minus E naught, I naught by 2. Then pi by 2, it's 2. Pi by 2 means it's pi, so it is 0. So 3 pi by 4, again it become 3 pi by 2 it become, so it's minus 1 is plus, so it's coming E naught, I naught by 2. Then pi by, then it's pi. 2 pi, this is 0. So we're getting the table now. After getting table, you have the curiosity now to draw the power graph. Let's draw the power graph. Again, everything will draw on the same graph paper. So here we'll take pi by 4, then pi by 2, then 3 pi by 4, then this is pi, then 145 degree, then 3 pi by 2, then plus 45 degree, then 2 pi. So in this line, first we take voltage. Voltage will be in which side? Voltage, same thing. Here 0, here it is maximum. So voltage is the common thing that you are always drawing. Then current. Current will draw here by this. Current here lags. So starts from minus. Current lags here. So starts from the minus side and will pass through this. Then here it will be maximum. Then here it will be 0. Now current graph is like this. It is maximum here. Maximum at pi. At pi it is maximum, again 0 here. So again the current becomes like this. This is the current graph. Now come to the very important power graph. So 0, 0. Let's put the points. 0, 0. Pi by 4 it's minus. Minus but maximum. Pi by 2 it's 0. This is one line. 3 pi by 4 this is maximum. Again pi is 0. 3 pi by 4 plus, so in plus it is maximum. Now let's join the lines. See here, this is the graph, this is the graph. Again it continue here. So this is the graph, this is the graph. Now see the power graph now here. Same thing, this is the power line, this is the EMF line, this is the current line. Just like the capacitor. But only thing is, here it starts from negative to positive. But in capacitor, first positive then negative. The only thing is this. Otherwise, the power graph of capacitor and inductor are almost same. So today I discuss what is power or average power in alternating current circuit. Thank you.